Hey friends, I hope you're doing well today. I picked up over Memorial Day weekend, Pat Mcgrath was having a sale, and I went ahead and picked up her holiday big palette. I think it's called the Celestial Nirvana palette. I normally pick these up around the holidays, but I kind of passed on it this year. But when I saw it on sale during Memorial Day weekend, and I had some shop cash credits that were going to expire, I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick it up. It's a really pretty palette. I did look at a couple of YouTube videos to make sure I really wanted it, and it looked really nice. So, and I really love Pat McGrath's eyeshadows. So it just came, and I wanted to do a video because I think when we get a little bit older, there's this, thought that maybe over 40 shouldn't be wearing colorful palettes or, anything too colorful. But I really don't subscribe to that thought process. I think there is a way to wear color and have it look nice and not look overdone. Even if you have mature skin or you're over 40, I think you could still play with color. So I'm going out today. I'm going to one of the aviation museums with my husband. We're going to pick up my niece and nephew and take them to go and see it. And they're really excited to go with us. So I thought I would just do a quick video and show you guys, what it looks like. I haven't even tested the palette yet because it just came. So I think I'm just gonna do just something. I'm gonna dive into. First, let me show you the color story in case you haven't seen it. My only thing about Pat Mcgrath, when you order directly from their site, it feels like it takes forever for for you to get your order. This shade here came. It was popped out, and there's a little bit of glue right here, but it was just sitting right here. It wasn't flipped over or anything. So I just popped it back in here. I probably have to put a little bit of glue on there. But I thought we would start out with this shade right here. She doesn't have shade names unless they're on the back. But I already prepped my eyes, and I already did pretty much all of my makeup except concealer, because I want to do that at the end. So I am using a BK, I think it's a 202. I love this brush. Just really, really nice to shade with, and I think it's actually a crease brush, and I think it works really well. So I think that blended out really nicely. This is like the lightest neutral matte shade in the palette. So I do know that at the time when it came out, a lot of people loved how colorful it was. And that she put more matte shades in here, but it is very colorful. So it's not, if you're just a neutral lover, and you don't really wear color, then yeah, there's probably some looks you can create, but I would say mostly this is a colorful palette. Okay, so we got that shade down, and I don't really plan on using too many shades because I really just want to do a quick look here. So one of the shades that really grabbed me in this palette was this blue one. I love blue and green shades. So I think what I'll do next is I'm going to go in with this navy shade. And I just need to clean off this brush. This one is a Sephora 24 Pro crease brush. I really like this too. I love the Sephora Pro brushes. So I'm just going to reach in there And I'm tapping a little bit off on my hand here because I want to see how deep it is. Okay. So it looks really, really navy, like a dark navy. Excuse me, almost black in the pan, but it's not coming off that way. Okay, let's see how that does. So I'm just laying that right on the side, and I'm just using circular motions. So far this palette is really performing nicely. If you like this palette, if it's something that interests you, the last time I checked on her site, it was still on sale. I think that was a couple of days ago though. Like, I think when I did my post, I posted on Instagram photos of it. And I think I went on there because I wanted to see what I needed the name for my post. And I think I saw that it was still on sale. So it was like less than half of what it was back in December for the holiday release. Actually, it might have been released before then because it was for holiday. And some people said that it is at TJ Maxx, some of her holiday collection. Now, I don't know about you. I live in the Phoenix area. We don't have, we don't really have like a lot of good treasure at TJ Maxx. I mean, I do work, so I don't know if it's, if you have to get there like right when they put these products out, and maybe by the time I go, because I'm at work and I'm not able to get there when those products are put out. But I never find anything at my TJ Maxx's, and I've been to a few of them, and whenever I go there, everything's already picked through already. There's like nothing left. But I know like Leora, she's a YouTuber, her and Leah Janae, and I could put their information down in the description box. They are always doing TJ Maxx shopping videos, and I know that Leora lives in Brooklyn, and she's always finding great stuff, like really good stuff in her TJ Maxx. And then Leah lives in Iowa, and she's also always finding great stuff. So if you ever want to watch TJ Maxx videos, they always have really good ones. Okay, so then for my waterline, I used a Refer 23. This is a really, this is a pencil brush, but it's really fine. So it's great for smaller eyes or semi-hooded eyes, or just if you want that like really good precision. I love using this to take a shadow and put it under. And then finally, I think I'm just going to put this color right on my lid. This is the shade that really, I feel like there's always, at least for me, there's always one shade in a palette that just really gets me, and that just really pulls me into the entire palette. Like, oh, okay, now I need to have that palette. Like, and I wind up using all the shades when I get the palette, but then there's always that one shade that really just does it for me. And when I saw this shade, when I saw this palette, I said, oh my goodness. I said, that shade is gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back in with the Pro brush, but I'm not going back into the actual, I'm not putting any more pigment on it. I'm just going back into the crease. And just a little bit, because this eye, my right eye, I just tend to get patchiness for whatever reason. I've talked about this in other videos. So that's it. I just used those 3 shades from the palette, and I went in and I just kind of like softened like out here so I don't have like a hard line, just to kind of blend that. And so now I'm just going to take a liquid liner. I think I'll use the Kaja today. I think this one is still good. Yeah, still got pigment. And I'm just going to get as close as I can to my waterline, because like I said, I have smaller semi-hooded eyes, so I admire people that have a lot of lid space on their eyes, because they can really, when you have a lot of lid space, you can really create some incredible eye looks, and you don't have to be as careful as like I do. Because you don't want your eyeshadow. It's a little trickier when you don't have as much lid space. Okay. And I do like using these tapes. Like, I buy mine from Sephora, but I mean, I've seen people use like regular tape on their eyes, like just Scotch tape. You don't have to get these, but they're not terribly expensive. So, okay, so I'm just gonna take the tape off now. And that's how we're looking. So that's good. I like the way that looks. And now I'm gonna again use the new Natasha Denona concealer. I really like this concealer a lot. And now that I've used it a little bit, like I feel more comfortable with it. I feel like the first time I used it, I felt like it dried down a little quickly, but I think it's fine. I think I've now used it and I kind of know that I have time. It doesn't like, you know, I don't have to like do one eye at a time. But I really, really like this. Now, if you were gonna, I'm gonna stick with my original statement in my last review when I did like a get ready with me and I used this for the first time. If you are gonna be using this like all over, then yeah, I would do a section at a time, because you know, you don't want it to like start setting. But if you're just doing what I'm doing, I don't think if you have mature skin, that you should make those big triangles under your eyes or anything. If you see, I just dabbed very lightly where I wanted to, you know, just get some concealer on and lighten that. So, okay. So my husband just opened the door and peeked in. He wants to check and see how far I am along here with my video. So I think I'm just going to put on some mascara, and I will, let's see, let's do this one today. We're going to do the Tarte. This is the one I tried to use last time and it fell. This is a tubing mascara. I really like this a lot. For high end, I think this, I like this, and I like the Cali Ray, and I really like the Milani for drugstore. But I've always liked the Tarte mascaras. And I've just been going with tubing mascaras much more lately. I just find that they're so much easier to get off my eyes. And when you get, when you start to get over 40 and, you don't want to be like, you don't want to do this anyway, but you certainly don't want to do it when your eyes are, when you get a little more mature. You don't want to be pulling on your eyes or having a hard time getting your eye makeup off. So I like this because I can layer and I have time to do it. And this is such a pretty packaging, and it's kind of heavy. It feels luxe. So I already did my blush, and I'm just going to go back in with the name of this one is Heated. It's a Sephora blush. I love these. I have a bunch of them. And I'm just using an Alamar blush brush. So I'm just going to go back in because I lost a little bit of it with the tape and the concealer. So I'm just going to go back in and just fill that in a little bit. And I think this is a nice shade for a bolder look like this. I don't like to have a lot of blush and a bold eye, and then I just think it looks like too much. And then for highlighter, I'm going to go in with this Dior. And I'm going to use a Refer 20. This is the fan brush that I use to do my highlighter. I really like it. And I'm just going like above my cheeks there, a little bit on the tip of the nose and the bridge. I've already got all my other makeup on, so I'm good to go there. And now I'm just gonna set it. And I'm gonna go in with the Airbrush Flawless Finish from Charlotte Tilbury. I love this setting spray. One of my faves, if not my fave. I have a backup because I just love this so much. It's just a tried and true for me. So, so that's it. Let me just give a little fan here because I put a lot of that on. I'll have the other products listed in full detail that I used on my face today down in the description. But here's the finished look. So like I said, I think you can do color. I just think it's the way you do it that really makes a difference. And once again, it's the Pat McGrath Holiday 2022 palette that I used today. So if you're interested, check out Pat's website or check out your TJ Maxx, because like I said, I know that some people have said that they've seen her holiday collection in their TJ Maxxes. So, but that's it for today, guys. I do need to get going because we need to pick up my niece and nephew and head over to the museum and start our day. So I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you soon.